Okay, that's a little unboxing today. I recently picked up these filters at B&H, actually. I wanted to buy filters because that's what's advised for the GoPro if you want to keep the 180 rule for the shutter speed, because I film everything at 24 frames per second unless I need to do slow motion or etc. But I mean, the normal filming is 24 frames per second, so I should be 1/48 of the second of the shutter speed. Unfortunately, the aperture cannot be set up on the GoPro. Is 2.8 or 1.8. It's open to the maximum at all times, and they play the exposure with the ISO and the shutter speed also. But if I want to keep it, I can force it to be at 1/40th of a second. But the problem would be that during the summertime, when it's more light, I cannot achieve that. Even at 100 ISO, it would be too bright. So that's what the advice. It was winter for now, so I didn't open the package, but I picked it up a couple of weeks ago. So now I think it's time, because it's May. So I was ready to go with the Polar one. I think it's called the Polar Pro or something. I mean, it was on my in my card on B&H, and then I was reading some review on the internet, and actually those filters popped up because they have the ND filter and the polarizer at the same time. Otherwise, either you have to buy another filter or you have to kind of put it each time, if it's possible. I'm not even sure it's possible. So it's not integrated. This one is like 2-in-1. Each time you have your ND filter, ND8 plus polarizer, etc., and you can adjust. So let's unbox. So there is a little tab here. Here we are. So the box opens like so. Let's got the box. And here it comes in a little case, actually. And here, what's that? Yeah, I guess we have some manual. Yeah, a couple of stuff. The guide, the manual, how to do, etc. The number of stops, sticker, microfiber cloth, and the filters themselves. So that's in a nice box. I guess I can remove that film. We'll see later. So if I want to carry them, I can carry them in that box, or otherwise find something else. But so here it is. 4 of them. We have 8, 16, 32 and 64, and they go like so. Let's put that away. So, and you have this that you would turn, this little polarizer. Nice. And in a nice case. Here we have them. The Freewell ND filters for GoPro. That's for the GoPro 9 and 10. So of course I will report when using them. Put that here. in the field, so we'll try them next week for my next hike. It's small, so other than that, I mean, they come in this nice rigid case, so that protects them from scraping, and that a nice touch, it's like magnetic. They look solid, they look like nicely made. It's plastic and metal and not as fancy, as beautiful as the other one, but they were a tad cheaper, not much cheaper, but furthermore, that was what I mean got me was the polarizer filter, because you always need a polarizer when you're in the filter groove. So it's better to have the polarizer just in one place than the Polar Pro, which were, I think, a little bit nicer, but they look nice, those ones. So I will report when I use them. I went for the Bright Day 4-pack, which is the one with the highest neutral density, 64, 32, 16 and 8. The other one, the standard one, starts from 4, 8, 16 and 32. I figured might as well go with the highest, because if I go to the French Riviera, it's very sunny, very bright, and here with the snow could be very bright also, so might as well. So I will try them soon, because now it's May and it's more and more sunny outside. We have to take the GoPro. Here we are. Can we see it? Yeah. I think we have to remove that cover. I have to unscrew. Okay. That's a cover protection for the lens, and you pick the one you want to use. So let's say we want to use 8. So here we are. It popped. Here we are. And here we are. It's installed. Let's turn on the GoPro. And here I can. We have to have like some reflections, and maybe with a polarizer. Cut the reflections. Here we are. More and less. So that's me. I will be testing my filters, my new filters for the GoPro, my ND filters, and also a little bug, and also the circular polarizer that's included. So let's start. First up is 4K24, of course, and ISO is automatic, and also the shutter speed is automatic, and it's cloudy, sunny today. Here we are. So now I have the same ISO automatic, so in between 160, 1600, but the problem is, like, I put 48 as a double of my 24. Frame rate 24, so 1/48 for the shutter speed, so we can see it's overblown, so it's not good. It means that the shutter was not 1/48 before, which, yes, was obvious, because it's like very bright outside. So now with ND8 and the polarizing is like off, I turn it to the minimum I could. Still a little bit too bright, little bit. Could be more saturated. It's like a little bit too bright. Here we are, we polarize a little bit. That's better because that has like some kind of stop, but still a bit too bright. That's the ND8 with polarizing on. But it's better, way better. Okay, now ND16 with the polarizer off to the maximum. So that looks okay to me. Furthermore, if I turn the polarizer on here it goes away. Here it's on the maximum position. Yes, that looks okay. Maybe a little bit more could be. We'll see if the 32 is better or too dark. Looks good. I believe 32 is the way to go. With no polarizing. Let's polarize a little bit. I think, yes, here we are at the maximum. Yes, 32. Certainly the way to go. Let's remove polarizer to see. We can even play with that a little bit. Okay, and that's 64. We don't see a difference between 32, 64, and maybe a little bit. It's something between 16 and 32, because I guess now I'm going up in the ISO. Let's put some polarizing. Here we are. 62 it may be a little. 64 is too much. So I force 100 ISO, so it can go only minimum 100 and maximum 100. So it's 100 forced, and we see it's too dark. It's underexposed. If I remove the saturation a little bit, no, it's too dark. So 32 again, it's a tad too dark with 100 ISO forced. A tad too dark maybe. I have to look at it on the big screen. Let's polarize a little bit. Not too dark, but could be okay, yes. I think this one 16 and the ND16 is perfect. Let's polarize a little bit. Here we are. Yeah. Okay, this one is the ND8 is definitely too bright. It's overexposed. If I polarize, it's a little bit better, but it's definitely, no, it's too bright. 32 100 ISO and polarize to the maximum. It's a bit dark. Okay, now I put 200. So 100, 200. So if it's too dark, it will go to 200. It will go to 200, which I think it did. And maybe 200 would be just borderline. So if I want to force 100, I have definitely to go 16 ND. So this time I put 400 maximum, so it's so yes, I guess it's jumping up to 400 or between 200 and 400. Here we are. I think the 16 is the best. depending on the sun, the sunny conditions or not. Tomorrow I will put 32 if it's bright and 16 if it's a little bit less bright.